streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now.
His first NFL start, 11 of 16, 197 yards, 2 passing touchdowns.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Miami defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles is number 27 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
2nd down and 8. Here's McCarthy. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Tom, I believe for the first time, Myles Garrett's not on the field. He's on the sideline catching a breath. Most D linemen, especially passers, do not play every single play.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Vikings at 9-5 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that nearly an interception here on his opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're running the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. They go back to the ground with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On play action, now McCarthy. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
Just posted this.
Looking to throw McCarthy. There's Hockenson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And again,
Minnesota's kit team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
if it is against the run.
Looking to put a drive together.
So keep it at 14.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. You look at this defense for the Vikings. Now they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Give them 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
An 8-yard pickup. First down.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And the Dolphins first down.
Here we go. 3-9-2, guys, what?
Up the middle, Achane. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down. A gain of 15. First down. Dolphins.
Achane on the counter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First down, Miami.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Justin Fields, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field, and of course for pass plays. With the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got quarterbacks who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
He's getting the game up next weekend. Texans.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. These two teams all tied after one.
Defense for the rest of the game with a concussion. For the same confidence, don't you have to do this with has been such a standout rookie offseason.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive. They watch the other side get scored. Remember, last time they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
From the 42-yard line, here's the second down and 9. Now McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. A good job defensively, hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
Back in Jacksonville.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in development, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Was evaluated for concussion, cleared, and
come up facing 3rd and 5.
The game at 31-7, coming up on the end of the third quarter in that one. 4th and 4 here.
Throwing is McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. That makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out
inside.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it,
back in the Minnesota Green Bay game. Max Rose first in quarterback in Minnesota. His play action today was taken on the right side. Justin Jefferson, he's close and strong, like a David type game. 8 catches for Jefferson, 101 yards on the day. Minnesota leads 13-0. Cam Little flipped his ankles 52.
To the air with McCarthy.
Doesn't need that. He takes it through. It's another score for the Jags. Penalty flag is down on the play. It's declined 34-7. Jacksonville is, let's say, 16 minutes away from getting back. And the T-shirts out. Let's see. Division champs 2025.
They get to the fifth quarter. It's a different challenge up in the defense.
On play
Been
action,
outstanding
McCarthy.
during
The RPO will keep it himself. To the end zone, but it's
So
incomplete.
what's the tempo right
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage.
Got the
But
first
what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move,
nothing there.
defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from
Back
taking
in
off.
Houston,
And made him try to pass
Nibbles.
downfield and fell incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
His drop back. Then he steps up. Last choice. Nibbles making a positive play. Picks up 12 on the game. And a set of downs for the Texans. They trail by 1 in that one. A Texans loss. Maybe potentially good for the Chargers and the Bills, who both play in the late window. Another 4th down.
But he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. He'll pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
3rd and goal, McCarthy. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it.
For an unforgettable gift.
Here for a field goal try.
Brady instead of Mercedes-Benz holiday love celebration.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. With 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a
He had a fresh set of downs for Houston. They'll go to the run. And let me introduce you to Rich Brooks.
In this case, the field goal.
Shout out to North Carolina Tar Heels. Rich Brooks with 20 yards for
He'll be
Houston.
backed up to start this drive.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time they were looking to repeat that Chargers defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a touchdown. You know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw his Fields.
Great
Gets this one to Hill. Oh, he's got a little damage. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On play action, Fields. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
They call this against New Orleans.
10 yards on the pickup.
Offense number 11.
In motion, the tight end. Now Fields.
He's coming inside.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Beside himself that they called that pass interference in the back of the end zone. Maybe there was some confusion on the route sheet, if nothing else. But the PI will bring them back and still sit down. Now bring the field to make this and try to make it 3-point.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
319. Just barely got that through. But the Falcon defense
He is not going to get in here. He's back to the 2-yard line. That's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right to the team with the blitz. The linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Texans back in front, 20. Houston back with the advantage, 26-24 over the States. Max
That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute and a half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half,
kids say he got put in a blender.
That what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Sanders on for the extra point.
It's like looking at the big screen. He's ready for a challenge flag. Roseburg, touchback. It's over his line. He's still alive. He gets back up, then he gets back up as if someone had blown him with somebody. I don't know why. Then the ball comes loose. One of those type of plays there in the last game of the regular season. Almost going for the 4th down, so built full threat. Type quarterback, big body can run as he demonstrates there. Stiff arm and a 23-yard game. Before the Cowboys did come to touchdowns, and they want to come back in second against their seeded division foe. Bill wants to put some good video down for this Cowboys future, another team with the NFL, as he did last year. As a New England Patriots, he came in at Week 18 and play alive. Pretty good plays that helped him get a job in Dallas this year.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a
going to
scoring
stay
together.
Dallas ball.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is
so expedited review has ruled that it is down by contact as we should go play. This will remain Dallas football.
Closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. Great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just
this
short,
offense
so
that is
less than a yard.
in this part of the quarter. It seems like as soon as they made the decision to put Dak Prescott down, it kind of took some of the energy of the offense with the team. After this, we'll see if Joe Milton is going. But now it's Steve.
TJ Hawkinson as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
They'll try here for the extra point.
Just completely right to Jake Blue. It's just a nice job. Sebastian told us that the only drama really remaining, I know that both the Browns and Bengals want to win this game, but Myles Garrett, he now has 9 minutes to try and get one quarterback sack. Joe Burrow, straight. He's going to have a fall in a straight situation. And he decided to go nuts.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Plan B.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So as he breaks to the top, the big just reaches out. First down. This is off. One defender and spins to the 25. It was Baker. It's first down and goal. Jaden Blue in the backfield. That is first NFL touchdown in the first half.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now it's Fields. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
The season for the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Jack Hurts. It looks like it's
doubling him up, and they still combine for the completion and big gain.
He's a quick one-cut run. Saints and the Falcons at length. Up 31 now on first and 10. Still a minute left in the third quarter after Saints bets.
From the gun, here's Fields. Wide open receiver complete. Now whistles in a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Big time pressure. He's the tight end Warner right there. But, I mean, that is one of those situations where you put it out back, you fake, and then you know exactly where you want to go with that football.
First carry for their fullback. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter.
Josh Downs again. Let's call that one. That is 3-yard pickup. Oh, this is moving back into Houston territory, trying to retake the lead with any type of score view.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty well, don't we? Because his game planning...
Cleveland's territory.
And now they get to start the second half. The offense that you already referenced in the first half. They'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Just simply was... Houston, Texas defense was going to make sure they shut down Jonathan Taylor and force Riley Leonard to look to the pitch.
He is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes
down
right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence. To feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field.
This is just a slip screen. You slip from the big gap between the guard and the tackle. You want the defensive end to rush up the field. Scoring up the field, you let the running back slip in. That's good.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 222.
It's a first down. It's close to it for Sample.
Fields going to get this one
trying to ball different type of things. Get him on and Joe Burrow.
First down, but I see the
minutes.
close fist
Start
of
the
the
fourth quarter.
referee, and that means 4th
Goes
down.
straight ahead.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Take it.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go, son. 319, right.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there.
Man, that's how you know the fuck I feel like.
Couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
That's how you know the fuck I feel.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on the field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now. Football probably feels like a disappointment.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Berlin's run a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room
just
there,
see
and
the
he's hoping
reaction
that
from
that's a
his teammates
precursor
as well.
of a big second half.
It'll be 2nd down and 16. It's a
Ball on
loss
the
of 6.
47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yards to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
History for Miles
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Going down in the arms of Big 95. But it is 23 sacks on the year, one of the greatest seasons in NFL history.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to toss this over. We get a timeout. They shift their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Zone right now for Indianapolis, but we're going to need to bring in the Atlanta-New Orleans game. Falcons are 2nd and 5 from the 23. It is 4th quarter. The Panthers and the Buccaneers are absolutely on the edge of their seats in a 3-point game that will determine the champion of the NFC South.
Throws it away. Cho read it well and put the heat on Leonard with the tight end. That's what
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete.
Keep it right down, bro.
And they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. It'll be a turnover on down. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, they put a little dent in the top of the offense the next time they hit the field.
We'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go around.
this season. Only 4. Here we go.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. But the push appears to come after
Fields.
in his hands.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Off play action, Fields. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Don't jump. Ready? Green knife.
Fields now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Again, Fields. Now he's going to step up and run. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long, The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Discussion about whether to eject on the field and made the discussion on the field with that decision there.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Here we go, Frank.
Pretty much up.
Here's Fields. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Jason Sanders kicking off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this quarter.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. McCarthy is set to throw it. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 16 more on that one and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
19-70 Lions.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I love you.
Welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Now 2nd and 5. Here's McCarthy. He got his tight end over the middle. TJ Hawkinson. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
19, Tiger, 19, 70, Dragon 60, Viking 18. 18, Pioneer. Mustang 19.
Throwing is McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Now McCarthy. And will be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And that one going to come up short, low throw.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Here we go, son. Extend. Go.
On the handoff, it's Achane. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
You do today. You've been in
The
now.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunate for him, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. McCarthy operating from the gun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
To the air with McCarthy. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He lets one go deep for Addison. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Here we go. Good.
And they'll give this to Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
17. Jason Sanders.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll get him down inside the 30 up to 27.
First
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Yeah.
As I said, what did you learn from him in terms of a routine, or how you go something simple? This skips out.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Defensively, it's going to have to make the big play that gets the victory for the Saints. So the performance of this playground.
He finds his man, it's Jones. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a possession game.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That's into the hands of Oliver. And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
Crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Dolphins are going to get the
Put that pressure on him.
past the 20-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can extend it to a throw. And when you can do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now the Vikings will use the second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Our first carry for Najee Harris. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get
MetLife Stadium. Joe Milton is quarterback the entire second half. Plays it back Prescott. Here's the Milton.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw. Fields. They'll try and do this himself.
He had the 10-point lead that gets satisfying
and it's incomplete.
End of the season. By the way, the
to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide open receiver.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Nice to see
they snap it to Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So they'll have first and 10 now from the 33. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Touchdowns and an interception. 96 yards received for Chase and a touchdown.
Inside the 25. They're all the way in from Tyreek Hill, 67 yards. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
So what's
he's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line. He knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
There's going to be a gap between the ones and the kicks out to the front 25. That's going to send it over to one of those. Next to the middle.
And definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. He made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a three-score game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
In the red zone on a first and goal.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. So the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way to point things out because now it's not turning around. Because as you said, they scored some points and there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Philadelphia, depending on he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 more yards there and another first down.
Win for the Giants. But if the Giants hold on and Dallas has just clinched the number one pick in the
McCarthy
to the Las Vegas Raiders.
right side. It's the
Raiders did not get it if the Raiders lost that game coming up in the late against But if the Giants win, they would use
with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game in the fourth.
The year is over. To the playoffs. Minnesota gets the victory and finishes with
it's just something to be positive to look at on film. But this one's over. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally.
17 with 5 minutes remaining in their regular season. Now, has been and is the Carolina Panthers in line to win their first division championship since 2015. But 6 minutes remain for the Saints. The Saints have been back to the Buccaneers.
Terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Play action. It's Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That'll be caught by Hill. And he is going to have a Miami first down. And the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
It may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Shrugs him off. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Miami, it'll be a 13th win on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll try to turn it around next week as